Hey there people, we're down here at the Fit Pro Health Clinic. Just going to quickly get into a little bit of a spiel about some green smoothies and stuff. Now this week some of us have been doing what we call a reset, a bit of a reset challenge, and we've been using shakes and bars basically to help us to curb cravings for the sweet foods and stuff that we might have had over Christmas and New Year's break. So kind of getting sick of that stuff. Some people don't really like doing it. It's only for 5 days just to help curb cravings. Then we get into 6 weeks of basically eating clean. So part of our eating clean is that we get into a lot of green smoothies. So starting next week, we want to start taking a few more of these green smoothies, particularly for breakfast. So what's in green smoothies? Well, let's chuck in there a bit of spinach. You can use kale. They call this stuff called Swiss chard if you've got that. Spinach and stuff. Carrots, the juice of carrots. You can also chuck in there good berries, so whatever kind of frozen berries you like. Last night I did one with leftover stuff in the fridge, so I just used a bit of leftover spinach, chucked in some orange, some apple, and a few strawberries, and a cup of water, basically whizzed it all up. So there's lots of different ways you can do it, and you can pick and choose whatever you like to have in your particular smoothies. Some other options are, what we've got down here, celery stalks in that. You can use spirulina. Parsley even, people like to put that in. Ginger, I mean you can try lots of different things with it, but be creative with your green smoothies. These are great to have basically the start of the day, so start your day off. Instead of breakfast, have a good green smoothie, and that's pretty much an awesome breakfast you got right there. Now, why do we do detox, or why do you think we need a detox? Let me just quickly go through really what those kind of four main principles are, I guess, or the four ways that we kind of detoxify ourselves. So I'm not talking about having to buy some kind of detoxy stuff or supplements or special herbs and things that you need to take for 10 days or do a 20-day cleanse or anything like that. Okay, this is just about what kind of foods are going to help your body to detox itself. So, for example, first of all, let's talk about why we detox. So, we get toxic basically from eating the kind of foods that are in the standard diet, and all the kind of processed foods basically cause us to be toxic. All the chemicals and stuff in them, pesticides, whatever else it might be, all that kind of stuff puts us into toxic overload and makes us what we call acidic. So that's usually from all the sugar, and that's in pretty much everything now. So all the sugar that makes us kind of acidic. So we have to keep our bodies, well, our bodies like to keep our pH, which is a measure of our acidity, within the range between 7.35 and 7.45. So for those of you that remember going to chemistry class at school, if you did biochem or anything like that, you remember hearing something called a pH, and you do a kind of test using litmus paper and stuff like that. So we've got to keep ours pretty neutral. Now 7's neutral. Our bodies need to be pretty specific. In fact, you know, that's why they've got to stay between kind of 7.35, 7.45 type thing. Now, when we have too much sugar in the normal diet that we have, we get really acidic, so we get down towards more the 7.3, 7.35 type area, and we need to get it back up, basically into more of an alkaline state. What happens when we get acidic and toxic is that the body, because it's trying to protect your organs, which are keeping you alive, will store all the toxins and stuff and the acidity into those fat cells. Now, so it doesn't necessarily mean that only fat people are the ones that are toxic. Those that may not have any fat on them could also still be in danger of being basically in toxic overload, because what it means is that instead of your body storing it in fat cells, your whole body has become toxic, which is obviously not good. So anyway, how do we get rid of the toxicity? That's a question. So basically, so far I've got all this toxic stuff, we get acidic, stored in the fat cells. How do we get rid of it? Well, there's four ways. There's the number ones, you've got your number twos, and then you've got your skin is another way that your body detoxifies, so it will push out all the toxins through your skin. And people break out into lots of different things, particularly when they're doing specific kind of detox phases, and also through your breath. So those are the four ways that your body detoxifies itself. Now, what kind of your liver, basically, which is upper right quadrant on your body, is the one that does all the work. It's the one that processes, breaks everything down, makes things into stuff that is not so toxic in your body, and does all that kind of breaking down work. So some foods that are really good are the ones that I mentioned in that green smoothie recipe. So spinach really good, kale. There's lots of different herbs and stuff that are important to help. Things like lemon juice even, that helps to stimulate the bile, which is what helps to break down the fats in your liver and helps to do all that detoxification stuff. So what we're going to do in the next couple of videos and stuff, or maybe over the next week or so, I'm going to go through a few green smoothies, and I'll go through each of the ingredients and explain why those things are important, what they actually do, basically. Cool. So yeah, that's it for today. It's probably long enough. So think about, those are the four main things of ways that your body detoxifies itself or tries to put itself back into a less acidic state. So the four ways are your number ones, your number twos, your skin, and your breath. Sweet. That's us for today. Catch you later.